everyone, welcome to another Stamp Chatter video. I am going to play around today again with darling dinos because I don't know, I can't get enough of them. I think they're super cute and I have a fun little swing card to show you. But I also have something to show you a little later on using the new storybook suite. Now, we've had a strike here in Canada, a postal strike, and so it's been a long time. Our catalogs for demonstrators anyway should have been in December sometime, but I just got mine today, which is the 8th of January. And yeah, anyway, if you have a demonstrator and you're on their list, you would have received these. And if you're in Canada, hopefully they're coming now. Here is the new mini catalog that runs till April. And the suite that I'm talking about is right here. It's kind of hard for you to see, but anyway, I'll show you. It's very, very cute, isn't it? Like super cute. And then the Sale-A-Bration catalog that runs till February 28th. These are all the items that you can grab for free with every $75 purchased. And honestly, this is better than free shipping. I mean, think about it. Free shipping would be on $75 is what, like maybe $8? And here you could get a pack of 6x6 designer paper. That's 12 by 12, but there are some 6x6 in here, like this toadstool garden. That's a $17 value. So honestly, I think Sale-A-Bration is much more lucrative than those free shipping days. But anyway, that's the sale. I'm going to show you a little project making a swing card from the Darling Dinos again, and I'm going to use a couple papers from Toadstool Garden. This is a pack you can get for free, and we're going to use, you know, it's so hard to know what to use because they're all so darn cute. I'm going to use I'm going to like them all. There's that. There's this. I might make it a Melon Mambo pink day today. Maybe I'll do that. All right, so let's use those two. I'll put this back. If you didn't see my video on how to make these cute little 6x6 holders, I posted a video just last week and they're really cute. And you can coordinate them color-wise with your DSP pack, which I kind of like. All right, so here we go. We're going to do that. We're going to bring in some, I think this is a big enough piece. Yep, Melon Mambo. And we're also going to use the Stylish Shapes, which feels like a tongue twister sometimes, dies. And I'm going to use this circle die. It is, you can use any shape you'd like. This one is about 2 3/4 in diameter. And we need some white cardstock. We'll bring that in. There we go. And I'll cut that down. I'm going to cut this white piece down to 5 by 8. And then that piece is ready to go. So 5 inches. I know this is 8.5, so I'm just going to take a 1/2 inch off. All right, and I have my 5 by 8. So let's get started. All right. Here is my Melon Mambo. We are going to score that at 4 1/4. So this is just, excuse me, this is just a 5.5 by 8.5. Scored at 4 1/4. So a basic card base. And we'll just score that. And I'm going to add, I think, what am I going to add? I think I'm going to put this pink one on the front, just as a layer. So I will cut that down to 4 by 5 1/4. Just like that. And I want to glue this to the front, and then what I'm going to do is run that through my die cut machine and cut out a circle. But I want to use the circle, so I don't want to put glue on the back of this. So what I'm going to do is turn this over, put my circle die down, you know, kind of approximately where I want it, and then I'm going to put glue just all around the circle. And then when I cut this out, I won't have any glue on the piece that I've cut out. That's the idea anyway. Okay, so, you know, I'm going to cut this out first. So let's put that there. I can find my temporary tape. There we go. And give that a little bit of an eyeball. Right there and right there. I'm going to run that through my die cut machine, and then I'm going to emboss it. If I can find that. Yeah, I'm going to emboss it with this, which was another Freebie, Sale-A-Bration Freebie. You know, Sale-A-Bration used to be called Sale-A-Bration. And they changed it, but I have been around for so long that my brain still thinks of celebration, not Sale-A-Bration. So if I say sell, I mean sale. There. Anyway, this is called Starstruck embossing folder. It's not a 3D, it's a thinner folder, so you'll have to make sure that you use the right plates. I say that because most of my embossing folders are 3D, and my brain kind of goes to the plates to use for that. So I'm going to punch this out, not punch, but run it through my die cut machine, and then I'm going to emboss the whole front with these Starstruck flowers, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that's all done. Excuse me. So I'm not sure if you can see that very well, but let's put that away. Giving it some texture. Here's the piece I cut out of the middle. So I have this little piece which I want. You can do any shape, by the way. You don't have to do a circle. Any size will do as well. All right, so now I'm going to do the inside. I'm going to take that 5 by 8 piece of paper. And I'm going to score this. So this is 5 by 8, and I'm going to score it at 2.5, 4.5, and 6 inches. Just like that. I've just turned it around so that this portion, which I think is 2.25 or 2.5, let me see, it's 2.5 inches. That's the wider portion, is on this side, okay? And that is the side that's going to go in the card on the far right. It's going to go like this. So I'm going to fold that in half on that score line, on the next score line, and then I'm going to fold this down. So what I have is essentially this shape, all right? So what's going to happen is we're going to glue it to the front just like that. But we're going to do a little bit of decoration before we do that. We're going to add some of this DSP paper, and we're going to fill these 2 panels here. So it's going to be 5 1/4 is what you need. 5 1/4. Make sure that you cut so that the direction is correct. So there's my 5 1/4, and then I want 1 1/4, and I'm doing 1 1/4 first because that's this portion here. This is 1 1/4, and this is 1 3/4 that I want to put. And if you have a design, maybe that is a scenery of some sort, and you put the 2 together, it kind of looks, do you know what a triptych is when you have 3, sort of one scene but cut into 3 pieces? It's kind of like that. I don't know if there's such thing as a I don't know, double tech, I don't know. But anyway, that's what I would do. 1 1/4 goes here. Oh, I have to cut that shorter. 1 1/4, and then what did I say? 1 3/4. Okay. This piece was 5, so I want this to be 4 3/4. So I'm going to bring this back as these pieces align. I'm going to turn them, and I'm going to go 5 3/4 because this piece was 5 by 8. You can make it bigger if you want to. Your inside piece. I did mine by 5. You could do 5 1/4 if you want to. It will change your measurements. It won't change your measurements if you go this way. So you could go 5 1/4 by 8 if you want, and then you'll get more of that look. If you want to fill this hole inside of the cardstock, which I'll show you later, there's a different measurement, and I'll give that to you a bit later. Let's just get this done. And over here, line those up. Okay, I'm going to bring in some scrap white paper, and I'm going to stamp a couple images using some memento. Whoop. So I'm going to do this little dinosaur, which to me looks like a little girl dinosaur. Stamp that there. And then this little guy, we'll stamp him here. What else do I need? Put that aside. Let's bring in some Melon Mambo. Put that aside for a sec. And I'm going to stamp this cute little stamp. It says Roar Means, and then you have a sort of a blank space to put some extra words that are in the set. So I will show you that. Roar Means, and I'll use Granny Apple. And I've taken Happy Birthday, and we'll put that in the middle. Now, I like to look right over top of it to see if I'm in the middle. So excuse my head if it comes in the picture. There we go. So Roar Means Happy Birthday. So I have that. Put that aside. Okay. I will put this partially in. I'll put this side in. Just like that. Now, some people like to attach the other side first. I don't know, doesn't make a difference to me. Doesn't appear to make a difference to me, but if you're more comfortable attaching this side, I just haven't made my panel yet, so I didn't want to, but if you are, go ahead and make sure that you glue around the circle. You don't want any glue to be there. I'll show you that in a second. And you know what? I'm going to color these. I'm going to cut them out, and I'm going to be right back. Okay, so I have my dinosaurs colored and I've cut them out. Let's bring back in my project. Let's bring this back in. I'm gonna stick this little guy on the inside. There's lots of other little cute things inside this dino set, like a flower, some rocks, a hat, like a fedora hat with some feathers. What else is in there? Rocks. It's a very cute set. All right, so we have the inside. So I'm going to, I cut out another circle to go on top of this, and I'm going to grab one of my brushes here and put a little bit of Granny Apple Green and just kind of go around the edge ever so lightly. I'm not going to do much to this. Just going to do that. I'm going to add some grass. I'm just going to put it here, there, and everywhere. Here, maybe up here. Okay. Kind of in the grass. All right, now I'm going to bring this in and glue this down. So in case you're wondering, I used the 2 1/4 inch circle punch. I can't actually honestly say if we sell that anymore, but I still have kept all my circle punches regardless of whether they've retired or not, because they're handy. All right, so I'm going to pop this guy up. Okay, so let's put this away so I don't lose it. Okay, so now I'm going to apply some glue here. I'm going to do one more fun thing to this card. Okay, I could put a pencil mark in here. I'm actually just going to put this in here and open it up and glue around it. I know where not to glue, and then close that. I'll put some glue over here. You gotta love Tombow glue. It dries so fast, and yet a little bit of wiggle room. All right, I'm gonna add one more element while that dries. I'm just gonna put a stamp set over top of it. I'm gonna bring in this stamp again that says roar means, and then the blank space. I need to clean it. I'll take some whites, give that a bit of a clean. If you didn't already know, those polymer stamps will get stained, especially with red. Don't worry about it. It still stamps normal, and once it's clean, it's clean. It won't give off that red anymore. So I'm gonna bring in a scrap piece of paper if I can find one. Maybe. There, I'm gonna make one. And I've done this a few different ways, but I think today what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stamp this in, I think, green. Let's try. Put it right here. Now, I didn't make sure mine wasn't quite clean, so I can see a ghosting of the word means. You can cover that up with tape if you want, or just make sure that it's super clean. Do it again. Don't like that either. I don't like that. I'll get there. Let's do it again. It's the joys of stamping. Let's make sure this comes off. There we go. That'll work. Let's turn that over. There we go. Okay, I have that, and what I'm gonna do is I was cleaning my desk as part of my New Year's resolution, cleaning my office. All right, and I'm gonna cut this out. And then we're gonna put it on the front with a wobbler. All right, just like that. So I'm gonna bring in one of my wobbles. So I got these off of Amazon, and I do believe they're called wobbles. I can't remember what I paid for them, but I'm sure you can find out if you go on Amazon. Okay, so that's the side that I want. I'm gonna go on that side, and I'll peel this off. Stick it in the middle. Oop. Wasn't quite the middle. Okay. Like that. Peel this off. I don't know which way is which, to be honest. There's no instructions with the wobble. I don't know if the smaller side was intended for the cardstock or the other side. I don't know. It doesn't matter because it works. So let's put that right under here, and then we have Roar. I think that's kind of cute. I might decorate this a little more. I might put a flower down here or something. But that is your, I was going to call it a spinner card. It's not a spinner card. It is a, I don't know, a pull card. I don't even know. Don't remember. But I'll remember when I upload this video. So I did promise you that I would show you, where did it go? Another one done with Storybook. So Storybook is a big, gigantic suite. If you so choose to purchase it in the suite, you get quite a bit of stuff. You get these 2 stamp sets with the matching dies, Storybook Friends with the Storybook Garden Patch and the dies that come with it. You get some ribbon. You get this 12 pack of paper. 2 of the sheets are cutouts. So you get, gosh, I mean, full of cutouts. I don't know, there's got to be maybe 30, 40 on each sheet. And I just punched mine all out and put them in a bag. But how fun are these? There's a fence and a duck and a badger and a mouse and some, I mean, just all sorts of stuff here, which makes making cards really easy. If you didn't want to stamp anything, you wouldn't have to with this one. You could just buy the paper, quite frankly, and make cards with that. It's quite cute. There's some ribbon and, let's see, antique pearls with the petal pink ribbon. And then all this, I'll put a link down below. You can get a better picture of all the different DSP that it comes in, but I like to keep the suite together. And let me just show you a fun card if I can find it. Okay, here it is. So this card I did earlier today as well, and it's another swing card. But I just realized actually that this DSP is the wrong measurement. I did it actually wrong. If you can see, this side is actually longer than this side. Sometimes I have these little brain farts and my brain does not calculate things very well. So I'm going to give you the measurements if you want to create this insert, but you want to go edge to edge. So all you have to do is the exact same thing you did before, except make it 5.5 by 8, and then you'll get exactly what you see here, except that you will get to the edge. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So all you have to do is increase the 5 by 5.5 by 8. If, however, you want to make this portion, which is currently 2.5 inches, you can make that a little longer. I hope I don't confuse you guys. But if you do a 5 by, sorry, a 5.5, or 5 or 5.25, it doesn't actually really matter, that first number. But you can go 5.5 by 8.25, and then you're going to change your measurements to 2 3/4, 4 3/4, and 6 1/4. Then you're going to get a piece here that is 2 3/4 wide, which I actually like a lot better. It's just more room for stamping. It's just my preferred preference. I have seen measurements, again, like I said, where this is actually, this portion is very narrow, and there's just not a lot of stamps that you could stamp in there. So I hope that makes sense to you. Like I said on this one, I actually did it wrong. I just did it wrong. It wasn't what I intended. I intended to make this wider, and I've just realized that's the mistake that I made. So again, if you want this panel to be a little bit wider, all you have to do is increase that 8 by 8.25, and then you change your scoring to 2 3/4, 4 3/4, and 6 1/4, and I will put that on the screen, and hopefully I have said that right. So thank you for watching me again today, and we will see you at the next video. Thanks. Bye.